Assalamu alaikum. Many other Americans have Muslims in their families or have lived in a Muslim majority country. I know because I am one of them.
You're absolutely right that John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith.
My Muslim faith.
The Holy Quran teaches that, the Holy Quran tells us, and the Holy Quran also says, no longer a Christian nation.
We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation or
point that it made an American president for the first time in history bow to a Muslim king.
City today, and he wasn't wearing an American flag pin. Those pins have become synonymous with politicians since 9/11. Obama says he doesn't like how the pin has come to represent patriotism in America.
I won't wear that pin on my chest.
It's a little weird, Alan, that in the middle of the campaign, the guy takes off the American flag that most people wear because they're proud of their country.
Thank you. And Ed Shoma Mubarak.
Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. On today's podcast, we will be covering creepy old Joe Biden and why he was absent the entirety of the Memorial Day weekend. Also, we will be covering Hussein Obama and where he's been and what he's been up to. But before we get into this, my friends, would you please welcome my new sponsor, Noble Gold. Hi friends, we all know that Memorial Day is just around the corner. And what better way to celebrate by giving someone you love something very special? Noble Gold has teamed up with True Reporting to bring you the Trump 2020 coin and a 10-ounce silver bullion bar. You can go to Trump2020.com and type in True Reporting for a $30 off discount. This pairing of the coin and the bullion bar is worth $239, and you can get a huge discount on it. So remember, Trump2020.com and type in True Reporting for the discount. Thank you. All right, guys, it's good to have you aboard. Let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So we see from Breitbart, Joe Biden M.I.A. on Memorial Day. Old Creepy Joe, former vice president, is running for president in 2020, but he did not appear for any Memorial Day events on Monday. Sounds like a true patriot, right? A bum. There were no events on Biden's public schedule the entire Memorial Day weekend, at a time when presidential candidates typically march in Memorial Day parades, meet with the troops, or visit a cemetery to honor the fallen. The former vice president has not held a campaign rally since last Saturday in Philadelphia. I promise you this, in quotes, no one is going to work longer and campaign harder to win your trust and support than this son of Catherine Eugenia and Joseph Biden, Biden boasted in his speech. After attending a pair of fundraisers earlier last week in Florida, the former vice president went dark. The Biden campaign did not respond to a request for comments from Breitbart News. Mayor Pete Buttigieg, I guess that's his last name, attended a Memorial Day wreath-laying ceremony and a parade in South Bend, Indiana on Monday. And Senator Bernie Sanders held a series of ice cream socials with voters in New Hampshire on Monday and outlined his anti-war foreign policy on Sunday. Biden issued a statement on Twitter recognizing Memorial Day, but where he spent the weekend is unclear. So from the tweet from Creepy Joe, it says, every Memorial Day, Jill and I respond to those who made the ultimate sacrifice in service of our nation. Our troops are the heart, the soul, and the spine of America. May we never fail to honor the memory of those who have fallen and ensure their spirit lives on in both our words and deeds. While in Japan, Trump hit Joe Biden for being a, in quote, disaster as vice president and agreed with Kim Jong-un's description of him as a low IQ person. Democrats and establishment media critics of the president were horrified by Trump's statements, but Biden did not break his vacation to respond. On vacation on Memorial Day and had nothing to do with anyone who fought for this country, who fought for our freedom and sovereignty. He is a joke. All right, let's go ahead and hop into this about Hussein. Okay, guys, so it says here, deep fakes are coming. We are not ready, from the Washington Post. You better believe they're telling the truth. Pfft. This image, made from a fake video featuring former President Obama, shows elements of facial mapping used in new technology that lets anyone make videos of real people appearing to say things they've never said. If 2016 was the election of fake news, 2020 has the potential to be the election of deep fakes. The new phenomenon of bogus videos created with the help of artificial intelligence, it's becoming easier and cheaper to create such videos. Soon, those with even a rudimentary technical knowledge will be able to fabricate videos that are so true to life that it becomes difficult, if not impossible, to determine whether the video is real. In the era of conspiracy theories, disinformation, and absurd denials by politicians staring down seemingly indisputable facts, it is only a matter of time before deep fakes are weaponized in ways that poison the foundation principles of democracy. Informed consent of the governed. After all, how can voters make appropriate decisions if they aren't sure what is fact and what is fiction? Unfortunately, we are careening toward that moment faster than we think. Deepfakes are created by something called a generative adversarial network, or GAIN. GAINs are technically complex, but operate on a simple principle. There are two automated rivals in the system, a forger and a detective. The forger tries to create fake content, while the detective tries to figure out what is authentic and what is forged. And this brings us to an article. Manipulated Nancy Pelosi's video may be a sign of things to come in the 2020 election cycle. This is from 5 days ago. Washington and major digital companies have reacted differently to the slow viral spread of a subtly manipulated video of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a video that could be a harbinger of the political digital fakery to come in 2020 and beyond. A video that appeared to have been digitally altered to slow the speech of the House Speaker at a recent public appearance, making her appear impaired, made the rounds on social media and a major digital platforms in recent days. YouTube said it had removed versions of the slowed down video, saying it violated company policies. A representative for Facebook said their third-party fact-checking partners had deemed the video false, and the social media giant was heavily reducing its distribution in Facebook's newsfeed. So what does that tell you? That tells me that it is real, that she is slipping, that it was not manipulated, because anything that these technocratic dictators try to pull, it's obviously the other way. So we are seeing her slipping. We're seeing her slurring words. Who knows what's going on with these left-wing crazy people? Continuing forward, versions of the video still exist on Facebook. However, one of which has been viewed more than 2.5 million times as of this report. A spokesperson for Twitter declined to comment, but at least one version is still live on that platform as of this report. Twitter's media policy bans the video that shows things like gratuitous gore or adult content, but doesn't mention deceptively altered videos. The slowed down video was one of two controversial Pelosi videos in the news. The other, heavily edited footage of Pelosi appearing to stammer through during another speech, was retweeted by President Trump Thursday, a move that came as the two political leaders traded increasingly personal public jabs. Ben Nemo, an information defense fellow at the Atlantic Council's Digital Forensic Lab, said that the slowdown video is the latest example of growing ease with which online content can be altered to slow chaos in the political process, a threat that he expects will only grow as the 2020 presidential races approach. It doesn't have to be massively complex, but it hits the crucial nerve, he said. There are people out there who still want to believe it, and people out there who want to share it because it suits their political beliefs. And I totally understand that. A fake doesn't have to be 100% convincing. It just has to be convincing enough, he said. M.I.A said the Pelosi video is also representative of the slippery slope, in quotes, from relatively simple manipulation to much feared deep fake videos. Deep fakes are a more sophisticated brand of digital manipulation in which a programmer can convincingly make it appear as if an individual said or did something they did not, as highlighted in the ABC News Nightline investigation. Experts have been warning the convincing deep fakes, like the one produced by BuzzFeed that put words in the mouth of former President Barack Obama, could make an appearance ahead of 2020 race as the technology becomes more and more accessible. I think the challenge is that it's easier to create manipulative images and video that can be done by an individual now. Matt Turek, head of the media forensics program at the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, run by the U.S. Department of Defense, told ABC's News of deep fakes in December. Manipulations that have required state-level resources or several people at a significant financial effort can now potentially be done at home. Wow. Deep fakes got a shout out from the U.S. intelligence leaders as this year's Senate Intelligence Committee worldwide threat hearing in January, when the discussion online influenced an election interference threats. Director of National Intelligence Dan Coates testified U.S. adversaries and strategic competitors probably will attempt to use deep fakes or similar machine learning technologies to create convincing but false image, audio, and video files to augment influence campaigns directed against the United States and our allies and partners. M.I.A said it's important. The public is aware of a threat that's not going away anytime soon. I think there is something we're going to have to prepare for every election in the coming years, he said. So my friends, that is terrifying. We've been told of this certain technological advancement with making people say things that they're not really saying. That is a huge threat. I believe that was brought up almost a year ago, and it seems like it will be implemented in the 2020 election. So be ready for anything. We know who the Patriots are. We know who the enemy is. My friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter @TrueReporting, and don't forget to leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. You can donate to this channel by going to my PayPal or Patreon in the description box below to help keep this channel afloat. My friends, please be kind and loving to one another, and we will speak with you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.